fan who he was just here over the weekend. He was in Towson.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, and I was going to go to the game, but I got sidetracked. I forgot what game it was. Yeah, I had stuff to do right here. So anyway, let's bring in this gentleman. Mount St. Mary's ice hockey had a big game this weekend against Calvert Hall in ice hockey. So if you are looking for some great games, great local hockey action, sounds like I think that's Mike. Yeah, let's just bring in Mike. Yeah, let's bring in Mike first. Oh, okay, we got too many people at the same time here. Let's bring in Branden, and then we'll bring in Mike because Branden was supposed to be on at 8:25. We'll just tell Mike we'll be back with him shortly. Okay, so hold on here. So let's bring in Branden because Branden logged in. He's first, and then hi Branden, how you doing?
Hey Chris, how you doing?
Thank you so much. We got people logging in at the same time, and I'm like, it's like Hollywood Squares here. So talk about this new team in Frederick. They're playing at Harry Grove Stadium. The spring, you were part of the Keys with the draft league thing. Now they're going to have a Atlantic League team. So how in the world are they going to have two teams in the same place?
Correct. This is the next turn in the storied history of minor league baseball and professional baseball in Frederick. So the Keys are still going to remain part of the Major League Baseball draft league, and we'll play home 40 games in Harry Grove, Nimio Field at Harry Grove Stadium. They'll begin in June. So run through September, just like the last couple of years, 40 home games. And then we have an additional team that our owners have purchased and partnered with the Atlantic League, Professional Baseball League, a second chance league that's an MLB partner league. The team is yet to be named. We're actually hosting a name the team promotion as we speak. So everyone go on to frederickatlanticleague.com, enter a team name and concept and why it's relevant to this region and area. And we'll make a short selection, narrow it down to about 5, and have a public vote and kind of see what the favorite is and see what turn we take with the new team. But we're excited to be part of the Atlantic League Professional Baseball League. It's their 25th season. They've had over 100 players play in the league that have gone on to the major leagues.
That's cool. Yeah, and last year Lancaster won the championship. And they have a good story history up there, along with York. York used to be a Orioles affiliate back in the day.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how that history exists or anything, but there are some ties. The original owners of the Frederick Keys actually at one point were involved with both the York and Lancaster teams. So they're local teams that are close to the area. So I'm sure a lot of Keys fans and Bowie Bay Sox and Orioles fans have ventured up to York or Lancaster to see games in the Atlantic League. And of course, very recently, a few years back, they added the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs in Waldorf. So a couple teams nearby that I'm sure a lot of fans have gone to games and checked out the Atlantic League and the level of baseball. Because I know there's a lot of question about how the level of baseball can compare to what the Keys used to be in the current draft league.
Yeah, I just found a video of it. I drove past it the other day. My girlfriend and I went down to Harrisburg, Virginia for my dad's birthday. We drove past it, and it looks nice for January day. Don't get me wrong; it looks really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This fall, our owners actually made a huge investment in the facility, and we installed a new bluegrass playing field for the season. So the field that had been there had gone through quite a bit of time and wear and tear, and it was time to upgrade. So one of the first projects right after the season, we ripped up the old sod and got some new sod and got that in place so we can upgrade the playing field for the players.
That's cool. Adam, you got a question?
Yeah. I was gonna say have the new team, the Frederick Crabs, but you mentioned Southern Maryland has the Blue Crabs, so
Yeah.
you called it maybe hard. You called it, to me it would be confusing, but I think it's gonna be cool to have another. You mentioned how challenging it's gonna be, so talk to us. What's it gonna be like to have two teams in
one stadium
at the same field?
Yeah, so the Atlantic League team, we're hosting 48 home games for that team. Typically, there's 63, so 15 games have been moved to the road to make this situation possible. But so starting in May, so the month of May, we will only have Atlantic League baseball at Harry Grove Stadium, which will be kind of nice. We'll have a little bit of free time and not be at the stadium 24/7. And then once June kicks off, we're pretty much every weekend from June through middle of September -1, we will have baseball. So 88 games total, lots of fan-friendly, fun, affordable entertainment for families to come out in the summer in Frederick.
That's cool. That's awesome. Hey, you guys just got a new manager. You just named a manager to a team with no name. Yeah. So how did that all come about?
It's kind of unique. So the Atlantic League is new to all of us in the front office. So our ownership, Attain Sports Entertainment, Greg Baroni and Rich Roberts, they reached out to some veterans. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with Chuck Domino. He's been around minor league baseball for over 40 years. He most recently was in Charleston with the Dirty Birds in the Atlantic League. So he's been kind of brought in to help with the day in, day out operations that are a little bit different than minor league baseball. We actually have to sign a manager, coaching staff, and players. So that's going to be handled pretty heavily by the manager. He has a pretty good hand in that in the Atlantic League. So Mark Minikazi has been in the league a couple years. He's actually worked with Chuck back in Charleston. So last year he was in Lexington. Lexington actually had 2 Atlantic League teams last year. So this would be the second time 2 teams share a stadium, one being an Atlantic League team and one being Major League Baseball draft league. So a little bit different, but a lot of baseball. And, it's kind of exciting. I haven't talked to the manager yet personally. He'll be in town early February. We're going to have another the press release or press conference to release the semifinal names and open the public vote, and he'll be in town. So I'm excited to meet him. I've seen lots of video of him and his energy he brings to the game. I'm sure many people, if you search Mark Minikazi, you'll find videos of him coaching and being a manager and kind of bringing home that spirit of being really passionate about the games. I saw one video of him being ejected from the Atlantic League, and it was old school, kind of like Tommy Lasorda, like he really cares about his players, and he went out and went to bat for him, and at the same time, I'm sure the fans enjoyed it as well.
And I love this league because it has some guy named Wally Backman up in Long Island, and
Right.
me, as a former Met, I got a chance to talk to him and get to know him, and he's really cool. He's a cool guy. When I was a kid, I was a little intimidated when I was a kid because I thought he was one of those badass Met guys, but he's a cool guy, and then you got down at High Point, you have Frank Viola as the pitching coach still.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of former major league players that are coaches, managers, or even playing in the league. I know Jose Canseco actually played in the league, and Roger Clemens and Roger Clemens' son both played for Sugar Land when they were part of the league. So Ruben Sierra actually played a full season in Atlantic League before he came back to the Texas Rangers. So a lot of ties to Major League Baseball, and a lot of those great characters from the 80s and 90s that we grew up watching are still involved in this league.
That's cool. Matt, you got a question for Branden?
Yes. So with Mark and with his position as the new manager of the team to be named, I mean, how do you think that he's going to do with his first season with the team?
I think he'll be good. So Mark's a younger manager. He's been, he played a lot of time in minor league baseball. So he kind of was all over. He played in the minors. He played in independent league. He played abroad. So he's got a lot of experience in different leagues and situations. And he's been around a lot of players. I think he's going to be good for the players. He's very passionate about the game. He's fired up and always wants to win. So I think that attitude definitely will carry over to the clubhouse and inspire the guys that are playing. So I think he'll be a good leader for him with a lot of energy and passion. And we're excited to see the players that he puts together and helps fill out a roster with.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting baseball, and I'm only here in Cockeysville, so you guys are only an hour or two on a good day on I-70. If people could drive, that's the question.
Right.
Yeah.
I think everyone in Maryland is used to driving to go somewhere. So whether it's 30 minutes and that 30 minutes going to be an hour depending on the beltway traffic and around Baltimore and DC. So I think it's always worth the trip. But the beauty of it is we have a lot of weekend games, so it makes it easier for families to get out, and we'll have lots of promotions. So Keys games always packed with promotions, and the Atlantic League will be doing some fireworks shows on Saturdays and some other promotions as well. So just trying to keep it fun and affordable and always entertaining for the fans.
Yeah, and real quick before I let you go, how do you keep both things together? Because
it is quite challenging.
You have like two phones, like hold on. Did you do one of those or what?
It's almost like having two faces. You're kind of constantly going back and forth. So I've been pretty heavily involved and focused on the Atlantic League team, just with the launch of the new website and the name of the team promotion the last week or so. today was a pretty heavy day with the Keys, working on getting things finalized for promotions and different partnerships we have. So it's definitely a lot to kind of keep track of, bouncing back and forth between the two team identities right now. And so it's been fun and challenging, but at the same time, it can be a little overwhelming at the same time. So.
Exactly. Well, keep us in mind, because I would like to come out to the press conference. Hopefully with my schedule, I could make it out there. I couldn't make it on January 9th. I had something scheduled, but we'd love to go out there and meet that manager and see the names of these people picked in the city of Frederick.
Yeah, it's been a great process. We've been kind of monitoring the names daily throughout the day and just kind of having discussions openly. It's been great to kind of see. I'm impressed with how much work people have put into actually explaining the concept and the story behind the name. So a lot of people are taking this pretty serious, and the names are kind of all over the place, whether it be bird related or just Frederick related. So it's been a fun process. I'm looking forward to we'll get the short list, and we're working with Brandiose. They've done a lot of rebrands. So they worked with the Hartford Yard Goats, so Richmond Flying Squirrels, the Akron Rubber Ducks. So they've done 75 rebrands over the course of their lifespan, and so they're kind of the experts. And I'm looking forward to see what they take from our short list and the concepts they come up with.
Well, the first game of the year, first game for them is for Friday, April 28th. So we'll be here soon as we know it, and so it's going to be a busy winter.
Yeah, it's a busy time. So we're gearing up. Atlantic League, we're kind of looking forward to having a little bit of time. We got back from winter break, but now we got the second team. It's like, we have baseball in April now, not in June. So we have a little bit light speed kind of hitting the ground running here. So it's going to be pretty exciting. But yeah, the first road game is April 28th. First home game for the Atlantic League team will be May 2nd. And then, of course, the Keys kick off in early June. So
that's awesome. Well, keep us posted, and if there's anything cool, I'll read all the press releases I get and see if I see something, and I'll reach out to you. All right.
Really looking forward to it. We'll keep you involved, and hopefully we'll see you at the next press conference and on opening night.
All right, man. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Talk to you soon. See you.
Thanks, Branden.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, that's Branden McGee, who is very busy there in Frederick. With the two teams. It's like me managing two radio stations. I used to do that, mine and then the other one, and it was really hard. Trying to, you can't really, have time for yourself. You got to,